Hey YouTube, it is your girl Tammy C. Today we want to talk about dealing with our trauma. I'm discussing this due to the loss of our dear friend, our brother DMX. And no, I'm not the type that once he passes away, now I'm his fan. I've been his fan since I remember it was 1999 when I first heard his music. I was dating a guy and he was this huge DMX fan. That's all we listened to because I would be at his house a lot on the south side of Chicago. And when I first heard his voice, dog is a dog and ruff ruff, whatever he was saying, I thought it was weird. It was a rap style I wasn't familiar with, and I was pretty fond of rap, but DMX style was a bit different. But I ended up taking to it because the guy I was dating rode motorcycles, and he was just big on DMX. So rest in peace. Rest in peace, brother. Before I get started, hit like, hit subscribe. This channel is all about light and love. However, I am a therapist too, so I do talk about anxiety, depression, meditation, journaling, a lot of different things. So I thought this would be the perfect time to dive into trauma. Um, we all have it. God knows I do. Let me read you this definition of trauma. A deeply distressing or disturbing experience. So the trauma that I have faced would be definitely going through breast cancer, being a survivor of domestic violence from my ex-husband. Also, I would definitely say losing my dad suddenly to a heart attack that traumatized me, and losing my beloved mom to brain cancer. I hate to compare their passings. I was younger when my dad died, 29. I was 41 when my mom passed. So a lot more mature I felt, and dad's was suddenly, my mom, we kind of knew. Didn't make it any better, but that sudden death, it just really messed me up, as well as our family. It was devastating. Hard to fathom. Someone's here, and later that day, they're gone. So what do we do with trauma? We do a lot with it. It causes us to have a lot of bad habits sometimes. We may take our trauma from being raped, being molested by a family member, a family friend. We may take our trauma and eat it, meaning we eat ourselves, hopefully not to death, but we will overeat due to that trauma. Maybe we will become promiscuous because of that trauma. There are some cases, I don't want to say all because it's not true, some women and men have said they are gay because someone of the same sex molested them. I've heard that from people that I know, and who am I to, who are we to judge? You're just going by what their experience told them. Some people that have trauma, they become violent, they may be abusive in their marriage or relationship. They may molest or abuse children because that's what happened to them growing up. Trauma can be being in the military. You were in the Desert Storm or other wars. You saw your friends die. You had to kill people to live. And now that's playing in your head. Like someone that I met recently, a police officer that had to see dead bodies, and when she first became the police officer, had to bag the dead bodies. Imagine that, bag a dead body. And some of you watching may be a police, and you are familiar with those crime scenes. Trauma can be you being abused by your spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, family member, being hit, being told you're nothing, being cursed out. Trauma can be getting shot, seeing someone get shot, stabbed. Um, my goodness, I can go on and on. When I was diagnosed with cancer, how the doctor told me after my biopsy, which was Memorial Day weekend in 2007, he called that Tuesday after, the holiday, and left it on my voicemail. Hi, this is Dr. So-and-so. Yes, this message is for Tammy Walker. Yes, you do have cancer. Who leaves that on a voicemail? And when he said it, I jumped. Like, because I just couldn't believe it. And my eye, it just twitched and twitched and twitched for 2 weeks, just twitch because of the shock of that diagnosis. So trauma can really affect us. It can lead to alcoholism. It can lead to substance abuse because you want to numb that pain. And this is why when someone commits suicide, you know, some people say, that's so selfish. How could they do that? You do not know if that person is hearing a voice in their head all day, if they are seeing flashbacks of that war, if they are seeing the person get shot over and over all day, and maybe they just want that pain to stop, and they feel like suicide is the answer. Who am I to judge? Because I don't have that. So as I'm getting older, I'm learning and praying that I stop judging because you do not know anyone else's story. I notice a lot of us are like this. We don't have compassion for another person because we don't even know the hell they are going through and have gone through. We're on the outside looking in, judging, but we don't know what's happening to them. So this is why they say be kind. My director of the organization I work for, I had a one-on-one meeting with her, and we were just talking. You know, it was a good meeting, nothing bad. But she was saying, Tammy, this is a time where we need to show grace to each other and we need to be kind. I couldn't agree more. And I know people are probably like, well, DMX used drugs and he seemed like he was rough. He was rough rider. He was rough. But all of these videos are coming out about him with his kids on the his daughter on the roller coaster, him playing with his son, him mopping the floor at a restaurant, him getting behind the grill at a restaurant and cooking, and just with all walks of life, Aaliyah and Tony Hawk and you name it, you know, friends with Gabrielle Union, all this stuff is coming out. So you really don't know people until they pass away and all these beautiful stories come pouring out. It doesn't per se matter what the way someone is on earth, but it's how they treat other people. It's how they make others feel. What I admired about DMX and how he used his trauma, he used it through music. He was an actor, so he tried to channel it. Of course, the drug abuse, he couldn't get a hold on it. That's a tough one to break. Any bad habit is a tough one to break. It takes a lot of work. And you don't know the pressure he was under. It's COVID. We don't know how COVID affected him. So what are you going to do with your trauma? Have you been, God forbid, raped or molested or abused, or you saw something violent, or you are traumatized? Are you eating your trauma? They say fight, flight, feed, fornicate, freeze. Are you doing nothing and just suppressing it? Call your EAP provider. There's a dog over here by me. It's a lot of dogs. Get therapy. Get help. I am a therapist. I am overworked. I am overwhelmed. I have more clients than I have space. But it's okay. Still call. They will get you in. I try to get them in. If I can't, I refer them to someone in my group. But we want to help you. And I have trauma, and I talk to people. I'm not ashamed. I have to. I'm a therapist, so I have to talk about how I feel too. I get a massage now. I'm going tomorrow. So we all have to take care of ourselves. Deal with your trauma. You can be better as a mom, as a dad, as a boyfriend, as a girlfriend, as a husband, as a wife, as an auntie, as a sister, as a friend to yourself. Deal with your trauma, and you will be better for it. Drop me some comments. Have you experienced trauma? How did you get past it? How did you learn to deal with it? Or maybe you have trauma that you want to address. Drop me comments about that if you feel okay. Tammy C. Walker, you all know me. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Bye-bye. Take care.